I'm
And hello everybody, after 31 matches in this tournament, we are now into match number 32. This is our last match that we will be showing for Osamania Long No Tournament 3. It's seed number 1 versus seed number 64. This is DemiFiendSMT versus Hlimak. I am Porcus Great. Streaming this match will be Log45DS. Repping this match, I believe, is Polytetral, and I am joined by with Sunapple. How are you doing, Sunapple?
Hello, I am back again after 3 straight matches, or 3 straight hours, I feel. It's been an exciting ride, this ride of 64. This is our last match, and it's kind of fitting to have our #1 seed player be playing in it. And we can already see why he's the #1 seed just in this warm-up. I feel like this warm-up is a okay representation on how difficult the map is, and we can already see Demi getting a 998 on this map. And
Yep.
that's kind of just how Demi does, being #1 seed, #1 on every single qualifier map is really just shows how good Demi is at any like sort of LN.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, that is Demi-Fiend for everyone. As I believe we are getting into Playback's warm up.
Possibly this is Algebra. I think this is the Juan Crystal map that was used in MWC 2021, I believe. It was Grand Finals, like LN release. It's kind of like your timing hell, but it's kind of easy. But still, it's on 1.1. I have no clue how this map actually plays. It's a pretty hard map to get really good accuracy on, so we'll definitely be seeing Demi probably destroy this map.
Yep. Um, Something to take note out of these two players. DemiFiend, no introduction needed. DemiFiend is, when you think of long note specialist, I think DemiFiend is perhaps the closest thing to what a long note specialist is. I seen him played in Holomania. While his rice is probably lacking in my opinion, I think that his long note definitely makes up for it, and especially for team competitions. DemiFiend would be super useful for for pretty much any long note maps in general. And it shows why, like, he was on the Brazil team for this year MWC, which they were able to finish second place. His long notes game from start to finish is just, I think, ideally is like the standard of pretty much what long note players should play.
Yeah, Demi doing really, really well on basically every single stage besides like the last two grand finals and finals in MWC. So he does definitely have faults, maybe struggling a bit more on the physical side, which is gonna come into play in these really late stages, which is kind of where we're gonna be seeing maybe Demi struggle a bit more. However, I don't truly know how good his late game is, and I do know that they've been improving quite a bit at later game maps. But I feel like Algebra right here is probably somewhere around like semifinals or finals, especially on 1.1 rate. So we'll be able to have a bit of an insight on what Demi has been practicing on.
Yep. Meanwhile, for that, his opponent is going to be Hlimak from Poland, not Hlimak, because I was trying to find, like, I was trying to find his profile, but apparently they misspelled it. Uh, Not much can be said aside from the fact that Hlimak competed in some tournaments. His most notable and his best performance was the fourth place finish at the Big Tourney for My Friends and Randoms tournament made by Sinsa back in around summer to fall 2021. And he also recently competed for the WC4 for Poland as well.
Yeah, Hlimak is pretty good at the later game maps, but really, from what I've been seeing, struggles a bit more on these earlier game maps. So Demi really gonna have the advantage on that, being pretty well known to have insane, just like actually inhuman, early game accuracy. Basically, like 990, 999, 998ing everything on command if it's like easy enough.
Yep. I just do think that aside from that, these are again another match where two players have decent amount of tournament experience, and it's going to be really exciting to see how well these players will do on this LN Tournament 3.
Yep. And Demi absolutely destroying this map. We're having 99.8. Why did I say that? He misses as soon as I say that. This map is very chokeable, so it makes sense. But still, that's so impressive. This ratio is probably insane.
It is pretty impressive to see from Demi, who's just been very, very outstanding. And yeah, but this is warm-ups. I think these are ways for players to really just get themselves warmed up for the maps that are coming up. About an hour ago, we did see like Ting scoring like ridiculous scores, also having like 3 V1 double S's. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing another set of good scores here, something that everyone's going to be really looking up to in this match, as long as Demi doesn't like choke anything for whatever reason. But we are going to be coming to the end of this warm-up. The map pool here's... I actually have no clue what Demi's going to be wanting to protect or just ban or anything. Hlimak probably going to be wanting to protect some of the later games, some of the density picks, maybe Sailing Forces I think is a good one. The Hoydle map is also pretty good in my opinion. Both of those are pretty good protects, and then for bans you kind of want to go for something maybe like Tokyo Ghetto, Promise, or Desperate. So I think Hlimak has quite a few maps that they really just don't really want to play, and a few maps that they kind of have to play.
Yep. And that's just going to be a pretty respectable scores from both players for this warm up, and now it's time to get into the roles now. Hopefully whenever we can see the IRC chat.
Yep, and we're immediately seeing Demi's amazing scores, basically 990 on Algebra 1.1, OD 8.5. Ugh, that is insane. But now we will be going on to the roles. I'm expecting Hlimak to win. Oh, I was right. Let's
Oh,
go.
nice by 11.
For some reason, the lower seeded team always wins. So I feel like that's kind of the strategy. Maybe be the lower seed so you always win a role.
Yep.
But we will be having Hlimak protecting, banning, and picking all first. So an interesting move. Let us see what Hlimak will want to protect.
Yep. So Hlimak's going to opt to take the first picks and everything, so Hlimak will opt to go with the first priority.
Yep, and just waiting for them. Probably gonna go for something. Oh, yep. As I was saying, the Hylotl map, Elsa de la Bibliothèque, and a French map.
That's the two.
Yep. Oh,
And
we wanted to protect that. Nice. And Demi's gonna decide to protect China Dress. Another pretty good map for Demi. Quite release based, but still in that density category. I understand completely why it's in the density category. I feel like it's a lot denser than some of the coordination based maps, and is a
yeah,
bit faster.
I think what's also interesting is that typically whenever you protect someone's initial protect, sometimes it's like a way to like playing mind games. But for Demi, based on how I see in the IRC chat, I think especially since you're the number one seed, this is just like you really just fell into my trap card. Then that's how I think about it. For Demi's response to that, which have him I think he protect China Dress that was.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bans just came out. Hlimak deciding to ban Tokyo Ghetto. Not seeing that long map again. I think we've seen it in like every single match for the past 3 hours. And also Clematis being banned, so not going for that technical map. No reverse shields or shields yet.
Yep. With this in mind, we are getting set with the picks right now, and Disco Kawaii is going to be picked from Hlimak. This is a map that I have not seen played, mostly because I think you mentioned this last like 1 hour ago that this is relatively a very popular map in terms of protects and bans, and at least for me, I've seen it more on a ban side, but this time now it's going to be picked.
Yeah, I personally really like this song and map actually. It's really challenging actually. There's a right before the inverse section. There's actually a pretty tricky like transition from releases to like just really awkward releases. So that's probably where I'm gonna be looking for players to really get a lot of mess ups on.
Yep, and we are already getting set for the match right now. Here we have DemiFiend and Hlimak getting things set off. So far, Hlimak holding a 99 points, above 99.70% accuracy, which is very impressive to see. But DemiFiend, however, I think the main story that everybody is very curious is seeing how big of a score is Demi going to get.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of going to be the tale for this match. Just how good of a score can Demi get? And here it is. These little like releases are very short, and they're really hard to get proper timing on. As we see, both players getting a bunch of really bad ratios there.
Yeah.
Also this section, which Demi and Hlimak actually played really well. I don't think either of them dropped too much ag. If anything, Demi dropped about a fourth of 100 or something.
Yeah. Went from 99.95 to 99.91. Now flickering around 91, 92 range. But yeah, it's very impressive to see Demi doing really good right here, as we are about a quarter of the map left to go.
Yep. And we will most likely be seeing this map be over. I think even with the miss, Demi should be able to take this, and the 990s or 99.9 is really good. Hlimak also doing pretty well. Being able to full combo this map is pretty difficult, especially I think they only got like a few 200s in the most difficult section, which is really impressive.
Yep, and 69 300s from DemiFiend to take this first point. Yeah, what a funny number. But
Nice. 1-to-20 ratio, basically. That is, oh my god, Demi. That's a player.
yeah, that's a player. That is a player.
Oh, DemiFiend automatically going for their protect. China Dress. Our Juan Crystal map was a pool. Most likely we'll be seeing more of those later on. Another really short map. I guess maybe they're trying to speedrun this because we do have our showcase at 22 UTC, I believe. I think there should be an announcement about it eventually. But yeah, be sure to be there. And we will be going into the match, seeing whether Hlimak will be able to take their point or take a point.
Yep. So we are getting into China Dress. This was DemiFiend's protect right there.
Yeah, and we can immediately tell why. DemiFiend already having a 99.98 accuracy. What is... Huh? Okay. This is V2, by the way, so this is like just crazy.
I don't know. Well, I'm more impressed with how DemiFiend just managed to get a 99.99% act right now at one point.
Yeah, Hlimak's score isn't even that bad. I feel like if this tournament like wasn't as stacked as it was, like Hlimak would be able to take maybe a point or maybe a few points from other players. Because Ellens is not like a strong suit of so many players, but against DemiFiend, it's a struggle. Being like 0.4% away it's a massive difference. Like, I think even if Demi were to miss it, he'd still have the lead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's just very, very, very unfortunate to see Hlimak playing just playing against the #1 seed, but I mean DemiFiend. Just why? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. 99.98, like literally the same act from the beginning of the map. This is scary for any player. If you're like seeing this, unless you're like Miku aimbot, I feel like I would be terrified right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you're Nanon Band Dusty right now, yeah, good luck to you.
33?
Oh my, what? Oh, what?
If Demi were to like shave off some of those 300s, that'd be 1:100 ratio.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this is what I was saying. Demi is just able to like basically get these 999s on command, and it is just crazy.
Oh man, I don't know what to say. Like, man, yeah, that was a performance. This was, no hacks, no nothing, no anything, not a given. This was a real performance. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, so now score is now 2-0.
Yep, and we will be seeing Hlimak's protect here. Elsa della Bibliothèque, our High Lotto map. A very, very good song, in my opinion.
You could also technically say this was this is technically Demi's second protect in a way. Because he did want to protect this map, but Hlimak did it for him, so I don't know. I just don't know. If Demi just manages to get like a 99%, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, this map is actually pretty difficult. There are a bunch of like reverse shield schlongs in this map that are really difficult to get really good act on. So I want to see how good Hlimak is going to be able to pick or play on those.
Yep. So Now we are getting started with the map. This is also the Big League of the Q. This is a 2-minute 1 second map. Density 2 if I remember. BPM of 160 and an OD of 8. Timing is going to be a bit trickier than your typical maps for this map pool in the round of 64, but so far it doesn't really seem to phase off Demi that much.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten into the first course yet, and the first course is basically the entire map. We should be going into it now. We see these little, like, very, very difficult releases, and we see Hlimak getting a few 200s from what I saw, really just showing how difficult they are.
Yep. Oh my. I don't know what else to say, but Devi doing pretty good with a 99.96% accuracy. Hlimak with a very respectable, now 99.38 now. We did see an act drop there.
Yep, and Demi going up from that, I think they dropped to a 99.96 for a few seconds, and oh, never mind, they went back up. But they are very, very close to that 99.97, but struggling a bit on this map, which is understandable completely. This map is actually really, really hard to get good ratio on it, and Hlimak's score is really good for like how good he is.
Yeah. And a 998 to end off this map. 60 a square root of 8 for the 300s only. Another V1 double S as expected.
Yeah, it
And
looks like we're having some technical difficulties, so we may have to restart the stream soon.